Welcome to From Basra with Love, the hottest new podcast, the funniest damn stories, with your host, David Forday. Get ready to laugh, get ready to cry, but get ready, because this is From Basra with Love.
All right, what up, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave Forday, and this is From Basra with Love. And on today's show, I am joined by a very special guest and the big boss man of the Belmont Athletic Club. Jeff Cozart is on the show. Jeff, thanks for being here.
Dave, thanks for having me, man.
Awesome, man. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a while. I always see your club as I'm going down 2nd Street. Huge club.
Yeah.
Been there for a while.
Been there for 43 years.
43 years. It started as something else.
Yeah. So the original building was a theater.
Oh, wow.
It goes back to the 20s.
Okay.
And it was a stage theater, then became a movie theater, and then late 70s is when it finally shut down, and the original owner turned it into the Belmont Athletic Club.
And that's what it's been. It's been an iconic piece of Belmont Shore for a long time.
Absolutely, since July of 1980.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, let's get into a little bit about you and what you started. Where did you grow up at?
Right here in Long Beach. I'm local.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you go to school all throughout Long Beach?
Yeah. Elementary school, junior high, over by Washington.
Okay.
So kind of in the Poly's district.
Yep.
And then...
But you didn't go to Poly. You were a rival
That
to
was
Poly.
the plan.
Oh.
Everybody I grew up with went to Poly.
Yeah.
We moved to North Long Beach in, was it 8th grade?
Yep.
And so then I became a Panther, went to Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's rivalry there.
Oh, yeah. And
even to this day, I know there's like those are two tough teams.
It was, football when I played, at Jordan, our program wasn't what Poly's was and it still is.
Right.
So that was a little tough,
What position did you play in football?
I was an O-lineman.
You were O-lineman?
And linebacker, yeah.
I was going to say, I would hate to get hit by you. Were you outside? Were you inside?
Outside linebacker,
oh,
yeah.
No.
And
that tight
tackle,
end was in for it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you go to Long Beach State?
I went to Long Beach State. City
so
first
the
and then state. Oh, yeah. I'm Long Beach through and through.
Wow, I love that, man. Yeah. So what was your first job?
First job was at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Wanted a car. Mom's like, yeah, no problem. Get a job, go buy it.
Yeah.
So,
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be, and that's how it was. And it was cool.
I worked at McDonald's. I remember being on the fries and and I remember like the first time I was introduced to like the patties, how they were all frozen. They had this like giant thing they would put down on it, and it would just come up and they'd cook it and they'd put it in like these like what are those, like chutes or something?
Yeah.
Like you'd pull them in and out, and the process of making these things quickly was assembly line that you'd never seen before.
Oh yeah.
But the internet was like, you just learn as you go.
You know what? It was an experience.
Learn as you go.
You know what? It was an experience.
Yeah, it was. How long did you work there?
I made it about 8 months.
Okay, similar.
And I was like, okay, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
Got the down payment for my car.
Yeah, ready to go.
Nice little 67 Mustang. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Oh, you were working hard. What was your second job then? What did you do after that?
Geez. My second job was actually what got me started with what I'm doing now. It was working at a racquetball club that was on the traffic circle.
Oh, wow.
It was called Circle Racquetball.
Okay.
And
where was that?
That was, so right now there is a Porsche Audi dealer.
Oh, that huge. Wow.
Yeah. That was the Circle Racquetball building.
Wow.
And started there, 18?
Yeah.
And once again, it was like a school project for a recreation class that I had.
Yeah.
And I went there just to get a paper done, interview people there.
Yeah.
Next thing I knew, I was applying for a job there.
So okay, and that makes sense because the Belmont Athletic Club, like forever, has been known as a place that you can go to play racquetball.
Absolutely, yeah. It was built as a racquetball club too.
So the segue was easy.
Yeah, and it was the original owner of the Belmont also built Circle.
So he had two things going on.
He had two things going on.
Wow.
So he eventually sold Circle, and when that happened, I was kind of floating around for a little bit until the Belmont called me and said they needed help over there.
Wow. So you are a true, not rags, but rags to riches story in that you were doing racquetball court rackets
Yeah.
And now you're the principal
Partner.
partner.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. When I got called from the Belmont, the person who was the manager at that point called me up, knew I knew how to string rackets, just said, "Hey, I need some help. Can you come over if you're not doing it?" I'm like, "Right now, I actually need a job." It's
Yeah.
like, "Come by twice a week, string rackets for us. You can keep the money. We just need to get them done." And
Wow.
that's all I did was show up twice a week, strung rackets, went home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot. You've seen not only the place develop, you've seen the whole Second Street develop to all
Oh,
these
yeah.
different stores. They come in and out, or exiting, they're entering. You've seen so many
A
different
lot of
companies.
turnover.
You've
Yeah.
also seen a lot of people grow up.
Oh, geez. You know, and it's weird when you're around a place that long, you have that kind of history. You know, that's I think it's one of the coolest things
Yeah.
of being involved with any organization over time is to have that history and see generations of people come through.
Generations,
You
yeah.
know, we had
Kids
people
grow
who
up.
started working there at the Belmont way back when, grew up there, met their, their partners there,
Yep.
had kids,
Yep.
and then we hired their kids.
That's amazing.
That's happened a few times.
Yeah. And then they always come back to say hello.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing I love about his gym is that you feel at home. Anytime you go into Belmont Athletic Club, you feel like you can just be yourself. It's not a posh situation. It is clean. Everything's new, but everybody gets in there and gets after it.
Yeah, you have to feel comfortable,
Yeah,
and
that's what it does.
there's a lot of facilities they want to project, how elite they are or how specialized they are and all that.
Mhm,
Which, if that's your deal, that's your deal. But if you're not comfortable
mhm.
and if you can't really focus on yourself when you go into a place, I
Yep,
don't think you're going to get the most out of it.
right.
And I think that's why a lot of people go there is
Yeah.
they feel good when they come in the door.
Yeah, they get in, they get out. One of the things
Yeah.
that drives me crazy is when people spend all their time on the bench press on their phone.
Oh God.
Does
Yeah.
that become something sometimes?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And you try and educate people and teach them a little gym etiquette
Yeah.
as far as working in with other people,
Yeah.
not sitting on a piece of equipment.
It's harder because at the gyms that I've been to, it's not an easy conversation to have, but I feel like there you get it.
You got to do it,
You got to do it, yeah.
'cause it's for their benefit, it's for all the rest of the
Yeah.
members' benefit,
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
goes a long way.
It does.
You
It
know.
does.
Awesome. Now, you guys are employee owned, is that correct?
Yeah. We're
Tell me
an
about that.
ESOP.
ESOP.
So ESOP, it's employee stock ownership plan.
Wow.
And basically what it is when we took over the ownership of the Belmont in 2012,
Yeah.
we formed an ESOP and it allowed us it gave us the leverage to be able to purchase
Yeah.
the business, first of all, from the original owner, John Doyle.
Okay. Who had the
And
racquetball court over there?
exactly.
Okay, same guy, yeah.
He brought both of them in and
Mhm.
the man who's pretty much taught me almost everything I know about the business. So
Oh my
I have
gosh.
I owe him a lot more than giving me a place to hang my hat now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And you guys have an anniversary coming up, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah. Our 43rd anniversary is coming up next month.
Wow.
And we're gonna do a little promotion throughout the summer.
What's that gonna be?
We're gonna give away a free year's membership to one of our members.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
randomly.
Okay.
And lab. It's something we've thought about for a number of years. And when the space next door to us became available,
Mhm.
we thought, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to, first of all, expand
Right.
and do something a little bit different that we hadn't done inside the Belmont before.
Yeah.
So it's a small group training facility, they focus around either balance, strength, endurance, depending on what your goals are.
So they're small group classes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The coaches in those classes will work with groups of 2 to 10 people at a time.
Mhm.
And it's a lot more focused than like a group exercise class,
Mhm.
but it's a lot more cost efficient
Mhm.
than like one-on-one training.
Yeah. When I went to school, I went to a private school, and I really realized that the ratio of maybe 10 to 1 or whatever it is, that becomes a big deal when you get a lot
Absolutely.
more out of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those are the benefits, first of all, from like one-on-one training. When,
Yeah.
lots of people prefer like having a personal trainer. We have that also.
Yes.
But in a small group setting, you can get a lot of similar attention,
Mhm.
because there's just, a few other people there,
Yeah.
um, and get a lot of the benefits.
Now, not only do you guys do personal training and have weights for people to get on racquetball, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do.
Basketball, you name it.
Basketball
Mhm.
too. Wow. You guys do like yoga
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of yoga going on there.
We have yoga, we have mat-based Pilates. Also have a Pilates studio,
Okay.
uh, Pilates place. They rent space from us there.
Yeah.
Um, stretch conditioning classes, you
Mhm.
name it, we
You've got
have
it on
it.
the
Spin,
calendar.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So you've got Strength Lab, you've got the main facility, you've got Salute Juice, which I love Salute. Thank you
Yes,
for bringing
Salute's
those guys
awesome.
over there.
Oh, they're awesome.
Oh my gosh, thank
Yeah.
God, because they were too far to drive. But they make great juices. You really encapsulated almost everything you'd want to have if you're at
That's
a great gym.
Yeah, thank you, and that's been the goal,
Yeah.
is we'd like to have a facility that can offer a little bit of something to a wide range of people,
Yep.
and Salute, when that came about, we had literally this little corner of our building when we did a whole front remodel,
Yeah.
and we thought, "What are we gonna do with this space?"
Yeah.
And we built it out before we even had anybody to go in it, and then in one of our management meetings, somebody suggested, because she loves Salute Juice,
Go
it's
and
like,
talk to
"Should
them.
we call Salute and see if they want another store?"
Yeah.
And we did, and Angela's answer was, "Absolutely.
Oh,
Let's talk."
it's gotta bring in all kinds of traffic.
Oh, it's cool. It's a really good partnership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, not only that, you also have a restaurant upstairs,
Yeah, Murphy's.
Murphy's. And
Yeah.
that in itself is iconic because you can look down on the street. You don't get that anywhere else.
No. You get that Second Street, balcony
Right.
view, and which is, I think we're the only one on Second that has that.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And,
I love it.
it's awesome,
It is
and
awesome.
it it's so weird though when I'm showing people the Belmont and taking them on tours and all that, and then we come across Murphy's,
Yeah.
and it's like, what's this?" And it's like, "It's our pub."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You have a pub and a health club?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah,
Yeah.
your last one didn't, It's like, yeah, you gotta have a place to relax afterwards.
What's awesome about it is that you'll be up there, that your staff is great, everyone's
Thank
very
you.
friendly. It feels almost just like you're at the Belmont Athletic Club because of that friendly nature that you get and feeling at home. Um, and then you can look and you can see people that are in the gym.
Yeah.
So that's a great marketing idea if you think about it. People are like, "You know what? I could see myself there."
And for us, it was just keeping everything tied together visually.
Yeah.
You know, Looking back, yeah, good marketing too.
Yeah.
You can see the health club right through the windows.
Yeah.
But it's just, Murphy's has always been, it's part of the Belmont. It's
Yeah.
not a leased out business. We operate Murphy's just like we operate the Belmont.
Right.
Um, but it's just, it's part of the home. It's part of who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have events that you guys do there. And I saw that you also do comedy shows there.
Yeah. So in Murphy's actually has a couple different things going on.
Mhm.
We do trivia night every Wednesday night, which gets packed.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the last Thursday of the month is comedy night,
Okay.
and it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's
Do you have to buy tickets or you just
no,
okay.
no. There's no cover.
Yeah.
You just show up, and there's
Find a
usually
seat if you
find a
can.
seat. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, get there a little early if you can.
So that's going to be the last Thursday of every month. And what time can people go to see that?
I believe we get started at 8. 7:38.
And then that goes
I probably
to
should
maybe
know
10
that,
o'clock or something like
yeah,
this?
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Good comics.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of talent coming through there. So I'll get right into one of my last questions before I jump into my 5 fast words.
Okay.
And that question would be, and by the way, we still got to talk a little bit about sports teams and stuff that you like.
Yeah,
so
go Cowboys.
Let's do that. Let's do that first. You know I was gonna throw that in there, right? You know what? And I wanted to. He's a giant Cowboy fan since you were a kid.
Ever since I was.
Why?
Yeah.
Why the Cowboys? Why not the Cowboys? Maybe the better answer. Right?
That's actually a really good question. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what? I became a Cowboy fan when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
My best friend at the time was like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you football, and in order to learn football, you have to have a favorite team. Like it was the rule."
Yeah.
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 And Cowboys were always on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were flashy and a lot of movement and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I started following them and just, kids, it's like, forget school. It's like, I don't need homework. I'm studying the roster. I knew where all the players, where they went to school, they're 40 times, you name it. I knew it.
Whoa.
And just became like obsessed. And
so when you got into school, when you got to play football, I'm guessing since your freshman year, when you first joined?
Yeah, Jordan
High.
Yeah.
X's and O's were easy for you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That still doesn't make sense to me. But you got to love that stuff. Like studying tape is not an easy thing to do unless you're passionate and you really. And I played football for La Salle.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a star like you.
Well, I wasn't a star either.
You were a star. You played 4 years.
Yeah, we'll say I was a star. Yeah.
You're a star.
Oh, yeah. I was awesome.
Played 2 years. Now, did you letter? What year did you letter?
My JV year.
Sophomore year?
Yeah. And
that means you're a star.
No, it means I made the team.
Got it. Now, any of those players that you were in school with, did they end up going on to doing other things in professional sports? And we had a couple.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm not thinking of any right now, but
off the bat, yeah.
Yeah. In the area I grew up to, between Jordan and Poly.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in Poly's district and then went to Jordan the year before.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids.
It's like almost like both those two schools. I remember reading that Poly's put more kids in the NFL than any other school in the nation.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. But they have a junior jackrabbit program and things that like sort of pedigree people into it. So it's a little bit different. I played for Los Angeles. I'm a little bit biased. I had Mercedes Lewis smash me out. If you're watching that Mercedes Lewis, I remember when you hit me.
It's funny you mentioned Mercedes Lewis because I actually stood next to him at a Poly Jordan game.
Huge.
Good friend of mine, Rob Chalk, who's actually the AD at Poly now.
Okay.
He called me up. It's like, hey, Poly's playing Jordan. This goes way back, when? Well,
2002.
Yeah. Okay. That's when Mercedes was playing.
Yep.
And we're at Jordan. It's like, won't we meet up? Come down on the field, blah, blah. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm actually standing on Poly's sideline.
Yeah.
And I look over and here's this kid.
Yeah.
Almost 2 feet taller than me, looking down. I'm like, this kid's 16 years old. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Mercedes.
Try to get trucked by that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I went to school with a guy named Mike Patterson, who I got to give a shout out to. Mike Patterson went and played for USC and then ended up becoming I believe it was the Philadelphia Eagles defensive end.
Okay.
We had a lot of like players that were really good, but when you stacked up our roster to what it was against Poly, it was like, what? And even Modern Day. Modern Day was great then too. Yeah. Bosco was great. All these teams.
All those
Jordan
teams.
Was great too.
Yeah. We had our time, but
yeah.
Not as long as like La Salle and Poly and those programs, but
yeah. Coach John Barnes, shout out to you. All right. So before we get into my 5 questions, I did have a couple of other things too. One of the ones was I recently noticed that the mayor of Long Beach had stopped by to talk to you. What was that like? That must have been pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
To have somebody pop in, to say, hey, the mayor would like to talk to you for a few minutes if you got some time.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. And he was down on 2nd Street after a recent incident down there.
Yeah.
And wanted to talk to some of the business owners and get a feel for how we felt things were going, and which I really appreciated. I thought it was awesome to come down and, you know,
make sure everybody's okay.
exactly, and hear it. And, his job's not an easy one,
No. Anytime you're in
and
politics,
you're gonna, people get a chance to tell you what they think, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's gonna be harsh, but
Yeah. You're under a microscope anytime you're
absolutely,
anything that you do like that. Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, I appreciated him coming down to talk with some of us and get some feedback.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Good to hear about that that's happening.
Yes.
All right. So my last question before I get into my 5 fast words, which I haven't prepped you on. I haven't told you
No,
about them.
and I am a little anxious about this. I'll
they're
be
gonna be
honest.
good. They're gonna be good.
Okay.
What would you do? What would you tell your younger self if you could go back in time to give yourself some advice? What would that be?
I would I'd probably tell young Jeff Cozart to not worry.
Mm, This too
To
shall pass.
Things are fluid. Life is fluid.
Yeah.
And I can remember a lot, a lot younger than, what I am today. Um, Being fixated on things, points in time and thinking this is it, how could it change? It's not going to change. You're stuck and all that, and just, agonizing over this,
Yeah.
that, or the other. And I would probably tell young Jeff Cozart, just relax, do
Yeah.
what you believe in, and let it go.
You can only control what you can control. It's here.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm 40 and I'm just learning that.
You know what?
I stress about a lot of stuff too, and I understand that's a great
And I'd be lying if I
advice.
said I still didn't.
Right.
I still will. But the focus is always got to be on what you can control
Yeah,
and what you know and believe it.
that's it. It'll
Yeah.
manifest itself, or it's going to be what it's going to be.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Man, that is some really good advice. All right. Are you ready for these 5 fast words?
No, but they're coming anyway.
Yes, they are. All right. And they're good. And then you know what?
Okay.
They're all based around the same thing that you do. So,
Okay.
number 1, goals.
Goals. Goals are awesome, but don't make it the end all.
Okay. Excellent. Here's one, yoga.
Yoga. Yoga is the answer for a lot of people when they don't know how to get healthy. Yoga will give you a place to start lots of times
Great building block.
because it's not just the physical, but also the mental. Lots of times you got to get the mental in check. You got to get yourself mentally prepared to make some changes in your life.
That's excellent.
So I think yoga's, somebody's looking like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe check out a yoga class.
Absolutely. Stretching and all of that is amazing and
Oh,
very
yeah.
important.
Especially for men.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. My favorite juice spot, Salud.
Salud's awesome.
Salud is awesome.
And it's a lot more than juices now too.
Yeah.
They've got coffee, they've got, eats, they've got smoothies. I'm hooked on their bowls now.
Acai bowls?
Oh, the acai bowls.
Am I saying that right?
I hope so, because that's what I say.
Okay. Because no one tells you what the hell that is. They just they write it. And you go,
Yeah.
I'd like the acai bowl.
Number 3 looks good. And how about that one? Yeah.
I'll do that too. I'll just point. And if they don't have a menu, I'm like, let down.
Yeah.
Racquetball.
Wish it could have made it. It's an awesome sport that had its day.
Yep.
And it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
It's but it was awesome when it was around.
Yeah.
But
probably the only place that you can still find it would be at your facility.
We have one. Yeah. I don't know who else has. We still have 2 courts left. For how long? Who's to say?
Yeah. Space is valuable.
Space is valuable. And there's a lot of other things we want to do with the club going forward. So
okay,
that's probably where that space will come from.
So you heard that. If you're into racquetball, you got to go to Belmont Athletic Club and get signed up.
Get there now.
Yep. And that anniversary's coming up. So it's a good time to do it.
There you go.
All right. I know this one's important to you. Staff.
Okay. There's no better investment. There is no better part of a business than its staff. Health clubs, you can buy equipment. We all buy the same stuff.
Sure.
You can build a weight room. You can build, steam rooms, and it's no big deal. People are key. And if you have the right people, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Take care of, if you've got good people, and I try to remind myself to do this, let them know. Just remind them.
Yeah.
Just, and it doesn't always have to be something monetary. I mean, we're all scrapping right now. Everybody's building back out of COVID.
Yep.
But, ask them how their day's going.
Yeah.
And actually care about it.
Absolutely.
And if you can make a difference for somebody, look for those opportunities.
Yeah.
Staff's, it's like family.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people around you will influence and make you. So
yeah, that's words of wisdom right there. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, she said, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is the present, and that's why it's a gift. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be successful, get up every day and get after it like Jeff Cozart. Jeff, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
You too.